And that entire video was a complete waste of time. Jess, this is Seth Reviews. Things he kind of knows about. Shoes with Jess, episode 2. So, give us a uncomfortably large rundown of what it is that you've bought this time.
So, I got another pair of Jordans this time. This is the Air Jordan 3 Black Cement colorway. Originally came out in 1988. There are several elements of this shoe that weren't seen on other Nikes previously that are on this shoe, namely the Jumpman logo, the visible Nike Air underneath, and the elephant print leather on it. This was a really big shoe for Nike. It was important to the Jordan brand, and some would say save the Jordan brand in certain ways. It's a shoe I've always really liked, and I finally got my hands on a pair, and so here they are. Let's take a look at them.
Cool. So what is your biggest I don't like this of the shoe?
So, like I said, this is one that I really like, but the things that I don't like about it, so there are certain things that I don't like with these unnatural eyelets, these plastic eyelets that are on here. I prefer the Jordan 1, which has the natural punched hole through leather eyelet. I think that looks a lot better, looks a lot cleaner visually. Also, I think it just wears better over time, makes the shoe look better over time. I like something that is a little more natural, a little more like, even like dress shoe, like, I guess, where you just have a hole punched through leather as opposed to this plastic eyelet that may wear or break or anything else over time. That's a personal preference. Other than that, like, that's a little nitpick about the shoe. Everything else I really love about it. There's so many different textures here with the leather. There's so much visually going on with the different print and the colorway that you have here. So obviously you have the black cement colorway, like I said. You have a black upper. You've got this elephant print here as well. You've got some red accents here with the eyelets and on the back of the tongue, the Jumpman logo that you see on the toe or on the tongue of the shoe. You've got this perforated leather here in the gray, and then you got the tumbled leather on the black and the white midsole. Like, there's a lot going on, but it looks really good. It looks really clean. This is a sneaker that looks good with everything. Like, you put it on with jeans, like blue jeans, black jeans. It just looks good. It looks good every time you put it on. And it's one that you can really beat up and wear anytime, and it still looks good. Whether they're brand new, fresh out of the box, or whether you've had them for a couple years, it's always a dope shoe.
Cool. So one of the things I'm looking at, and we've discussed before, is the accents on this shoe. There's the red. Something we didn't bring up, and I will, is that we have different clothes on, because the last video was completely out of focus and absolute trash. So I got the opportunity of, one, seeing this shoe already, and then changing my clothes to match the colorway. And which will, make me bring up the fact that black, red, gray, white is my weakness. It doesn't matter what the shoe looks like as long as it's not a giant pile of turds. If it's in that colorway, I'm gonna love it. So, little bias there. But one of the things I want to ask you about, Jess, that I'm just now noticing is that these subset of eyelets, what does that mean? The three on the bottom, like, it could just be visual, or is that actually something that you could lace the shoe into?
So they are still functional eyelets, so you can lace them in that lower lacing tier, and you can really, like, most Jordan laces are pretty long, so you have the opportunity, if you want to lace these a bunch of different ways. And there are a lot of different ways that people lace Jordan sneakers. Some people lace them up traditional like this, like they'll take the dead stock lace here and just rock it just like this. A lot of people will lace it looser and let it open up and kind of let their jeans kind of settle in here inside the sneaker.
And that has something to do as well, like with this. I don't know what you call this piece here, this figure 8.
It's really just a pair of eyelets there together, and I'm sure there's probably some technical term for it, but I just don't know
some reason that it exists.
I just don't know it. There's like where I am as a sneakerhead, and then there's like people that are actual sneakerheads. They're like there's levels to this stuff,
right? Like you're in my opinion like absolute sneakerhead,
right? No,
and you may not view yourself as an expert, but like it's all relative. The only thing that I have,
I got like
Jess's knowledge in shoes,
30 pairs of shoes, and like serious sneakerheads got like 3,000 pairs of shoes.
That's
yeah, it's
inexpensive.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's cool, like it's a hobby. It's a hobby of mine that developed over time. Like when I started wearing sneakers more, started dressing like a little more casually and got into sneakers, I didn't think I would be wearing Jordans. I really liked them. I liked the Jordan 1. I liked the Jordan 3. The 4s and the 6s I also liked, but I didn't necessarily see myself ever wearing them. But as I got more and more into sneakers, like I started trying to wear different things. I was like, I really like those. I think I want to try them out, which is why I bought this pair, because I had an opportunity to grab them. Classic colorway. I was like, I got to get them. I got to put them on my feet. I got to see what they're really about. And I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed getting them in hand. Like the leather's very nice. The construction looks really good.
It's a clean looking shoe.
Yeah.
It's something we didn't talk about before. That you were talking about the elephant print. We don't need to bring it out now, but the paper that wrapped the shoe matched the elephant print. Was there another elephant print elsewhere?
There's a print. There's an elephant print on the lower part of the box as well. Like,
right.
This is the premiere for that elephant print leather.
That small detail, really brings it together.
Right. And that's one of the things that Jordan really did. Like, that was brand new stuff. Like they put it on the box. Like it's a big element of the shoe. It adds a lot to the shoe visually. It looks really good, and this elephant print is something that will carry through Nike's brand, that will carry through the Jordan brand. It's something that they'll continue to come back to time and time again. And this is the first shoe to have that. Also, like I said earlier, the visual element of seeing the airbag underneath the midsole. So
right.
So that tech had been around for a long time. Like that was Nike, just like you see on the back of the sneaker.
Yeah, like in
Nike
the youth,
Air.
you're like you didn't have a shoe that didn't have an air pocket on the bottom, like that. That's
right.
Somehow like the comfort of your heel on a shoe and the visual representation of that existing was like that's a good shoe.
Right. That, like you saw the Nike Air and you knew like there's the comfort. That's that Nike technology,
right.
And you could see the technology. And this
My
is the
heel
first
is
time
gonna have a soft landing.
Right. That's the first time this appears on a Jordan shoe visible air. Like they'd had that technology since I think the late 70s is when like Nike first puts that on. First has that tech, but this is the first time on a Jordan brand sneaker that you really see that. And more and more Nikes as you go through the 90s will have that visible air from the Air Max 1, the Air Max 90, the Air Max 97, 96, 95, all the 90s through there. Another big element of this is the first time you get the Jumpman logo on the front. And this will become Jordan's brand. Like that is what you think of. Just like when you think of Nike, you see that check, you see the swoosh. When you think of Jordan brand, right? You see that dunking Jordan. That's what you think, which really connected when in '88 Jordan is in the dunk contest and hits that big free throw line dunk. And there's videos out there you can go watch of Jordan winning the dunk contest with his free throw line dunk. It's amazing. He's spread out, straight dunk from the free throw line, just buries it. And it's a classic moment for basketball. And he was actually wearing the white cement colorway of these when he hit that dunk. Yeah, it was a big moment for them. And this was a big sneaker for Nike. Jordan famously did not like the version before this. He did not like the Jordan 2. So they had this whole thing. They bring in Tinker Hatfield, who is a legendary designer for Nike. And this was his first shoe. So they bring him in. He designs this shoe. And Jordan comes in, and Jordan's kind of like, all right, man, what do you got for me? And so they reveal the shoe. Yeah, he's like, that last one was bunk. Let's see what you got now. And so they show him this, and he's all over it. He's just so with it. He's like, yeah.
He's
like,
absorbed in the shoe.
Yeah, like, what are we going to do? And so there are people that say that this is kind of the sneaker that saved the Jordan brand.
The one that like broke that hurdle. It's like, now you've got a shoe.
Right. Because the Jordan 2, he's like, so
before
maybe
it was experiments, but this was like, now this is going to go on people's feet.
So if the Jordan 3, like, if it fails for Jordan, he's going to take a walk. And that means the Jordan brand in the last couple decades, these sneakers just aren't there.
Right.
They just don't exist. So this was a big one. And the fact that this sneaker has the Jumpman logo on the tongue and has the Nike Air on the back really shows that this is like a partnership. You know, this is Nike, this is Jordan brand, it's both.
Right.
And there are other retro versions that have the Jumpman logo on the back as well, which
or
many
even on the
people
side,
don't like.
you know, like.
Well, then
maybe I just kind of made that up. Yeah, like there's nothing on the side of this shoe.
Yeah. You don't have the swoosh on the side.
Not that it needs to be there, but it's kind of weird for a Nike to not have something on the side.
Right, you're used to that swoosh.
I kind of like that it doesn't. You know, it keeps the focus on the front, back, and otherwise.
Yeah,
the shoe.
It makes it a really clean
and
looking
not the brand
sneaker. Right. You look at it and you see the branding in the two spots, but other than that, like, you look at them in profile and it's just a clean looking shoe.
Right.
It's a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the classics, and I'm really like super happy to have it in my collection, and I look forward to rocking these. I look forward to wearing them.
I look forward to you not selling them. So
this is a keeper. This is a keeper. Some of them I flip. These I think are a keeper.
Cool. So if we keep doing these videos, then instead of things he kind of knows about, it will turn into things he knows about a little bit more than the last video.
We're building that incremental knowledge, man.
Right.
We're gonna make you a sneakerhead.
Yeah, I'm not going to be resistant. So this is a pretty good shoe. It's not mine. It's Jess's. Jess is going to wear them. He might sell them. He might not. So,
all right. Well, thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Good night.